Yeah.
Anybody wishing to speak? No.
I need 45 minutes.
No.
They probably won't let you sign that.
Rick's like,
No. They put a limit on us.
Yeah.
This is a good day, it's raining, so ain't nothing else to do, come down.
Well, it needs to wash the streets off. That'd be nice.
Oh, man,
that was wonderful to get the rain this morning, get that slime.
our street was muddy and salt, sand and everything else on it.
You guys got streets. Yeah.
Well, it depends,
At the best?
it depends if they fill the holes.
Yeah.
By the time they get one filled, the water company comes through and cuts another one and that's,
That's reoccurring.
then they come back and fix it, they don't
Right
follow any codes or nothing.
Are we ready? Okay, agenda stand approved as presented. Let's go ahead and open up the meeting and Rick.
All right, Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Tuesday, February 25th, 2025, the 16th day of term. All were present at 9 o'clock. Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The agenda was approved as presented. The minutes from the Thursday, February 20, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Larson made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Bradley seconded the motion. Motion carried. The expenditures from the following office were approved to be paid: 27th Circuit Treatment Court, Inmate Security, Sheriff, Administrative Handling Cost Fund, Victim Advocate, Road and Bridge, Senior Citizen Service Tax Fund, Prosecutor, Sheriff's Revolving Fund, Prosecuting Attorney Training Fund, General County Government, Employee Benefits, Assessor, Recorder of Deeds, Billings and Grounds, Court Administration, and finally, April elections. The commission discussed the agenda for their annual commissioners training beginning tomorrow. There was discussion on the environmental testing being done near the area of the former KCP&L power plant. It was mentioned that some Sunbelt environmental testing supplies have not arrived, so the testing may be next week. Commissioner Larson shared of his conversation with Chuck Casely of Evergy regarding the potential testing timeframe. The group discussed getting an agreement made with Evergy in regards to reimbursing the county for the testing done by Sunbelt Environmental. There's brief discussion on the concerns of Nick Jabirian of Red Fox Winery and potential fire hazards on the adjoining property. Commissioner Larson stated that he would visit with Nick and have the road bridge crew mow roads around that area. Jake shared that he is almost done researching the opening closing questions of Division Road in Davis Township. Mark Harden, Emergency Management Director, shared that the BRIC, Building Resilient Infrastructure in Communities grant, is on hold due to changes with FEMA and federal agencies as a whole. Mark shared of the Emergency Management Planning Grant application that he is working on. It is due soon, but begins July 1. Mark questioned that he be able to make Jim Sublette a full-time employee. The group discussed the budget of the Emergency Management Office. It was determined that the unfilled position to assist with addressing would not be able to be filled if they were to convert Jim's position to a full-time position. There's brief discussion on other federal grants that may be impacted by changes with the federal government. Grants include the Emergency Management Grant, the grants for the Victim Advocate Office, and Child Support Office. The add-ons and abatements from the Assessor's Office for the month of January was reviewed and approved, as well as the Collector's Report. Assessor Scott Largent shared information on the upcoming Board of Equalization. Scott shared that he would like to get the appointments on the board made. The group discussed appointing John Hill and Gene Henry to the board, and Gene Henry's confirmed he is available. The commission reviewed a question support letter from Socket as they have applied for funding to expand broadband infrastructure in the rural areas of the county. The commissioners agreed to sign the letter of support. Captain Rob Hills, Sheriff's Office, shared of a grant through the Department of Transportation for a highway safety grant. He shared that the county has received the grant for the past 15 years and has a great working relationship with MoDOT. The grant is used to pay employees to patrol highways of the state at an overtime rate. The office mainly uses the grant during weekends and holidays. Rob shared that the grant paperwork is due March 1. He also stated that the state has experienced an increase in roadway deaths, and having patrols on the highways is a great deterrent for speeding drivers. Rob also shared that the office uses the funding to patrol bus routes to make sure drivers are stopping when the bus extends the stop bar. Rob continued by stating that the grant has provided $40,000 in funding. He stated that they always apply for more than they receive, but the award is based on the number of agencies that apply. After a brief discussion, Commissioner Bradley made a motion to apply for the funding. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion passed with a roll call vote of yes, yes, yes. Commissioner Larson read a prepared statement regarding closed sessions and the Sunshine Law. The group discussed the proceedings of the open session, with the commission voted to withdraw the motion to dismiss, and Ivan Schrader, the county's attorney, opinion that withdrawing from the motion to dismiss is against court rules. Larson stated that the Attorney General's office has a different opinion in the matter. Larson stated it a conflict of interest for Ivan to represent the county and to do the work on the Chapter 100 agreements. He stated that he believes Ivan has lied to the commission, as he stated he was given the authority to represent the commission on all solar panel agreements. Larson stated that the county needs to fire Ivan. Commissioner Bradley stated that he is not ready to let Ivan go. Mark continued to disagree and make his case for firing Ivan. Commissioner Larson stated that Prosecutor Gray would take over representing the county should they let Ivan go. Mark continued to share his disappointment with the service and advice Ivan has given. There was much disagreement between the commissioners. At 10:29, Commissioner Bradley made a motion to go into closed session to discuss legal matters. Commissioner Stone seconded the motion. The motion passed with a roll call vote of Larson abstained, Bradley yes, Stone yes. Commissioner Larson chose to leave the room. At 10:52, Commissioner Bradley made a motion to end the closed session. Commissioner Stone seconded the motion. The motion carried with a roll call vote of Larson absent from the closed session, Bradley yes, and Stone yes. Commissioner Larson made a motion to fire Ivan Schrader as the county attorney. Commissioner Bradley stated no. The motion died due to the lack of a second. Commissioner Stone shared a conversation he had with John McClendon regarding semi-truck traffic using Booth Road in Clinton due to weight restrictions on Northeast 401 Road in Clinton Township, Fields Creek Townships. A call was made to Dennis Bowers of the Road and Bridge Department. A message was left. There was brief discussion on the 2025 CART contracts with the townships and special road districts. Also discussed was the percentage of county CART funds that is shared with the townships and specials. The group discussed a road grader purchase and being able to serve townships and special road districts of the county. Also discussed was a road groomer. Commissioner Larson shared that the Windsor Special Road District has a groomer and can be pulled by a 3/4 ton truck. There was ongoing discussion regarding the commissioner training. At 11:11, Commissioner Larson made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Bradley seconded. Motion carried with a roll call vote of yes, yes, yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
The only thing is they don't actually own that road groomer. They were having it,
Demo.
yeah, they were having it demo.
Give up.
Was testing a group.
Yeah. You had a motion?
Yeah, I made a motion.
Oh, second, yeah.
Motion been made and seconded with one correction. All in favor, say aye.
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 Jake made the motion?
Yes.
Change this thing to that top, and I'll get that cap fixed. Sorry.
All right, any motion?
For the closed session?
Yeah.
I make a motion to accept the closed meeting.
Motion been made and seconded, close, to accept the closed session minutes.
Second.
Pardon?
I didn't hear the second.
Jake?
I need you to stamp
Mark
that.
did.
This is the
All in
annual
favor, say
report.
aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
It's the annual report for the Extension Council, because you guys missed that meeting. They asked that I hand that to you. Bills.
How you doing, Becky?
Yeah,
All those done.
they're all,
Thank you.
Did they get all the shells built out there for
I think so.
food lunch? All of them working? Storage?
These are multiplying over there.
I think they are. You know, a lot of gas. Okay. Okay. Is that it?
Oh, I've got some stuff here for you. This is a copy of that deed from Bond to Life, so that property did transfer.
Okay.
This is a report of the fees that the recorder's office collected in the month of February. I got this email was sent about 4:30 yesterday. That is the plan for their testing. They're gonna do that tomorrow.
Unless it rains too much.
Yeah. I've got one for Mark Harden. He was wanting to attend that, so.
This ours is.
Yep.
Questions on your testing?
Is Mark coming in?
Huh?
Is Mark coming in?
He was sitting here a while ago, soon he'll be up.
He's got the samples from, I think it was Triangle, that they got from, EPA, actually sent them to him. I can send them to you, he sent them to me.
Got it. Yeah, was you coming up today? Okay, the test, some test or something, have you got those? Okay, no, all right. Bye. It's coming up. And that was on what test, DNRs?
That's, I think, I'm not exactly sure. It's from Tech Lab, is who it's from. But it's the one that EPA, I think, went and got from DNR, is actually what it is.
From Tech Lab.
Yeah, yeah. The further out they go, the higher it gets, supposedly. They're hard to read, to say the least.
Need to be a chemist to read some of that.
The guy actually from Tech Lab came out to my office yesterday, because I was trying to read them, and I told him, I said, you need to stop and explain these, because I got no idea what I'm looking at. So he came out and looked at, one of the issues is you've got some people that are parts per million, and then you've got other ones that are parts per billion. So you've gotta break it down and do the math to see if they're comparable.
Get them all.
Mark coming up?
Said he was. Must be a long trip. Hope he seen him walk it.
Oh, digger must be broke down.
See, he's the elevator.
Sure.
Well, don't worry, let's go stuff.
That guy ain't afraid of the front row.
Good morning.
Morning.
Did you see Mark floating around there on
Mm-mm.
that makeup steps?
You got the deed.
Do what?
She sent us the deed.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Morning, Sarge.
How are you guys?
Fine. Yes.
I emailed them over. You want me to print them? There's about 1,000 pages.
Oh,
Yeah,
we got some.
Yeah, they're-
Defense case. Are they gonna come in and explain everything when they get? I guess that's one
Well,
of the things if we're
When
just.
ours do it, the ones they are, they're gonna actually kind of list everything out. So, I mean, we should actually be able to read theirs and understand what they're saying. We're gonna get a
I
synopsis
think
of
both
it.
of them want to be,
Yeah,
everybody needs to get together on it, cause I guarantee you, I'm not a chemist, don't know everything about all the metals and all that, good or bad, it's just, I think somebody's gonna have to explain some of that to us.
we can probably get, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can get Chris to come in when he
Yeah,
does
get
it.
somebody in there. But we did move it from yesterday. It got canceled yesterday. We're rescheduled for tomorrow. But it'll probably be next Monday. Because it's gonna still be raining tomorrow. So. And there'll be 4 companies out testing now instead of 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So there'll be 4 different independent testing companies, 4 independent labs.
Okay. I'm just curious if all of them was gonna just hand in their papers and somebody without
The only one that
explaining.
hasn't agreed to is DNR. The rest of them said that they're.
Okay. Okay. I guess that's all we needed then, like that.
I emailed it to you too, Jake.
Thank you.
All 3 of you.
Okay.
How many spots did we get tested yesterday morning?
We did, they canceled yesterday. DNR didn't have all their testing supplies. But we have 21 that are on the map, and we can add more if we need to.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and get Mike. Okay, Mike.
Sir,
On deck.
do you mind if we swap chairs just for a moment?
Do what?
Do you mind if we swap chairs for a moment?
No, I don't, I'm not standing over here.
I'm gonna take a chair, sir. Hello,
Fine.
so Mike Rosier. What I want to say, I want to direct to all of you,
but the questions I want to direct more to Jake Bradley. That's because multiple occasions, Jim, you already said you do what the lawyer says, and he's already made it clear through his actions that he's working on behalf of the solar panel company, Ranger Power. And Mark, we know where you stand. You ran a campaign on transparency and accountability, and you have followed through with that. I mean, that's why we have this camera here today, because of you. That's why we know the things we know about this solar panel deal, mostly because of you, because you want to keep it transparent. Mark, you fight every day. You're fighting these two guys to keep everything transparent in this body. And you fight to keep everything transparent because you ran on it. You're actually fighting Jake to keep his promise too. Because right here, this is your campaign flyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the first thing you said on here that you promised the people?
Probably transparency.
Transparency and communication. You promised transparency, communicating honestly and openly with the public about all issues within our county is your top priority. You said, and openly. Do you feel like you've withheld that
As open
promise?
as I can possibly be at the time.
So you feel that you've been as open as you possibly can be?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, I mean, just to hit on that point, last week, or 2 weeks ago, he wanted to keep the discussion open session. You wanted in closed session, even though you can keep it open session, and that was even told to you by Rick Watson. So why did you want to go in closed session when you just said you do everything you can to keep everything open?
Because I want to go to closed session.
Why?
Because
You didn't want the people to
I
hear
didn't
the
think it needed to
discussion.
be discussed out and about until we had a chance to talk to a lawyer.
Why do you need to talk to the lawyer?
Because I don't know everything.
Okay. So, there's something, you said transparency. You continue to want to go in these closed sessions to keep it from the people. You don't respond to everybody that asks you questions or sends you emails or sends you
I've responded to
communication.
every email sent to me.
No,
and-
not
yes,
emails.
wait.
Okay,
I've responded to every email that's been sent to me. I have not responded to every Facebook bashing that I've gotten.
bashing. Okay. Here is a question, a communication I made to you. It says you read it. You never responded to me. And I've had more. I've had probably a dozen or more people, but I'll say at least a half a dozen people say you wouldn't respond to them also when asking you about what your position is on the Chapter 100. Was I bashing you in this?
No, I don't
So
believe
why didn't you communicate back to me, as you promised?
Must have got overlooked, Mike.
And you
I apologize.
overlooked the other half a dozen or dozen so people that had told me personally that you did the same thing to them.
Well, I apologize. That's not my intentions.
Okay. When I asked you through the Sunshine Law request about anything having to do with communication between you and Ranger Power
Mhm.
and Jim Stone
Mhm.
concerning the Chapter 100 agreement, what did you ask the lawyer about that?
I think I was trying to find out what I could send you, Mike.
No, not what you could. You asked him, do I have to send him communications I had before I took my position? And
Oh, yeah, I guess
Why?
I did.
why don't you want the people to know what you were communicating to Ranger Power and to Jim Stone before you took your oath for this office concerning the Chapter 100 and solar panel issue?
The attorney said I didn't have to send it to you.
That's right, you didn't have to, but you can.
I can.
Okay, and you said right here, your first promise is of transparency.
Mm-hmm.
You said, Communicating honestly and openly with the public about all issues within our county is your top priority.
Yep.
So you can let us know what you said to those people, but you refuse to.
Yeah, it's irrelevant at this point.
You refuse to tell us.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have broken that promise. Are you fine with breaking that promise with the people?
With this one, I guess so.
Why are you trying to be so secretive of your communications between the solar panel company and yourself?
Not.
Okay, then will you send me those emails?
No.
Okay. Good. So, next question is, isn't it true that this body voted to have the lawyer pull his motion to dismiss? Isn't that true?
It didn't go through.
No. Isn't it true that you voted to have it pulled?
I voted to discuss it.
No, you voted to
There's no
have the
raise your
lawyer
voice.
go and dismiss it. No, I'm trying to talk loud so that the microphones
You
are
can
up
hear
there.
you.
Okay, did you guys vote for that?
It was brought up and voted yes.
Okay, has it been pulled?
No,
Why not?
because we can't.
Yes, you can. The lawyer can pull it if he's told to do so.
I'm going with what I've been told by the lawyer. The lawyer said we can't pull it.
Did
I'm
you-
sticking with that.
Did you tell him to pull it?
No,
So you voted on it, but you didn't tell him to pull it.
because we couldn't go through with it.
Okay, you voted to pull it. Why didn't you tell him to pull it?
Because he explained it to us that we cannot pull it.
That's not true. Because in your communications during closed door session, he came back and said, I can't pull the plaintiffs, correct?
I believe so.
He did not say he couldn't pull his motion.
Correct.
So you voted to have it pulled. Have you told him to pull it? Now that you admit it, it can be pulled. Why didn't you do that?
Because it doesn't need to be pulled.
Okay, so now the motions that you guys make and vote on and pass, they're now optional. Is that what you're saying? They're not optional, but you won't follow through with what you voted on as a body.
Because it couldn't go through.
Jake, you just admitted to everyone, the camera sees it, you
Yeah.
admitted that the lawyer told you you could pull it. And you just said on camera, and I'm going to play this back on a loop for everybody. when
Oh, I know
put
you
this-
are.
Yes.
And you go for it.
So why are you doing this to the people, the community? Why are you voting on things and then not following through with the things you voted on? You've made it clear that the things you guys vote on now are optional. You don't follow through with your commitments. Why is that?
Mike, I'm still trying to get to the bottom every time, so.
After a year, you're trying to get to the bottom of this.
2 months.
No, a year.
After 2
You have
months.
been aware of this for a year.
I've been in office for 2 months.
You have been aware of this issue for a year, haven't you?
How long
And-
have you been aware?
And you've communicated to the solar panel company before you took office, so you were
All right,
having
this is
those
fine.
communications, weren't you, as you said? Correct?
Sure. I didn't hear
Okay,
the question, but sure.
so now what? We vote on things?
I say
But
right
we-
now, let's let the lawyers
Is
take
it-
care of it, and it can go to a judge, and the judge can decide one way or another. And it's,
That's not how it works. This body here votes on how the lawyer responds. You voted, and you are refusing to follow through with
well,
the
then we
vote.
can agree to disagree, because I've been told that's how it's gonna go.
By who?
Who do you think?
The lawyer?
Yes.
The lawyer who's working on behalf of the solar panel company.
If that's what you'd like to believe, yes.
So right here, I looked up the Missouri courts, the rules governing the Missouri bar and judiciary. It says right here that a lawyer shall abide by the client's decisions concerning objectives of representation. He's not following through with what this body has stated to do. So there are two options for this. He can either resign because he refuses to do what this body has voted to do, or you have to fire him. There is no third option. No third option that states he can just dismiss what you guys have voted on and follow through with his own objectives. So why aren't you firing this guy? He has made the motion to fire him. Why won't you do this?
Because I don't feel it's time to let go of a lawyer. And I know we said we can have Lucretia take over if we do fire the attorney. I don't feel it's the right thing to do to fire the attorney without having another attorney that is specialized in county government with townships.
Has he done what you guys voted to do?
Yes.
You voted to pull that, and he hasn't.
Because
Again, has
He
he?
explained it to us with the legal term and with I was under the understanding, we all understood it at the time, even Mark, and I was a misunderstanding. And that's what I'm gonna stick with.
Okay, you can stick with that,
Mhm.
but 5 minutes ago, on camera, you told us he did admit to you he can pull it. He was referring to.
He didn't say he couldn't pull it.
No, he said, I couldn't pull the plaintiff's.
Right.
He said he can pull yours.
There's things discussed that I
And you
can't
voted
discuss.
on. No, you don't need to. It's all right here.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Well, then explain it to us.
I cannot.
You actually can.
I cannot.
Rick Watson, can you please confirm to him that you can talk about legal issues in open session?
You can talk about legal issues in open session, but you should not disclose what has been discussed in closed session.
Okay. Why was those things in closed session when it was something you could talk openly about here?
Because we was discussing the lawsuit.
And that can be discussed in open session. According to you, we have you on video saying that,
You
right?
can, yeah.
Okay,
You can.
you can.
Choose not to.
You choose not to. Again, right here.
Yep.
Promised transparency, communicating
Make sure the camera
honestly.
sees that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I even blew it up even
Oh,
bigger.
good. Good.
So why aren't you following through with this?
I'm trying to. There's certain things we've got to follow. Some people don't. I do.
Mark, thank you for doing what you promised to do for this county. Thank you for following through with your promises. You, on the other hand, have completely lied
I'm
to the
sorry.
community.
I'm sorry you think I let you down.
No, you didn't just let me down. You let the whole community
Next person.
down.
Yes.
Well, I really did plan on coming today, but anyway, we're finishing up, Northwest 1501 Bridge. We got the road raised yesterday for the most part, if everything goes right. We're going to be putting guardrail on it, Thursday or Friday, whichever Mother Nature lets us do. And then, next Tuesday or Wednesday, we should be opening up that road.
Dennis, what road was that again?
Northwest 1501. It's one we've had closed since December because the weather stopped us whenever we got to the bridge 4.
Is that Bogard Township?
Bogart Township, yes, sir. I know I talked to you guys here a while back about Southeast 451 in Leesville, down there by Day Terry's place. 450 or 451. When the bridge inspectors came in, done their bridge inspection on it, they stuck their chip and hammer through some beams, and so the weight limit's gonna get reduced on it. With your guys' permission, I would like to go ahead and send that bridge to the engineered to be designed for replacement.
Do you need a motion for that? Or can we just agree
need you
to?
guys
Just
to
agree.
all agree to
I'm good with
sending it to the, that way I can get Lindsay on it, and then next week, or Thursday when I come back,
Should be here.
we'll have a contract to sign. She's been charging $8,000 to engineer these bridges for us, and then we build them to her specs. So,
I'm good with it.
Yep, go ahead.
the next bridge that we have that we
Payroll.
probably need to do is a weight restricted bridge on Southeast 100. But I don't want to start that bridge or anything until they move in and get the other bridge built, the BRO bridge there behind Walmart that goes over the old truss bridge. I just don't want to block that totally off from anybody.
Wasn't that the one that they said that they was gonna try to start February if possible, or? is that-
No, that'd be the 400 bridge, Northwest 400 in White Oak. You guys opened bids on, and they said that if everything got done in time, they could start on it in February, March. Of course, they couldn't start on it in February because of the weather.
Right.
Same thing that's holding us up, so, as of yesterday, when we was doing bridge inspections, they have not moved no equipment or nothing in on that bridge. But I know after the contract and everything was lit, they have a year to have it built, so.
There's a pre-construction meeting on the 11th
Okay.
at 9:30.
Where's it gonna be at?
Here. I think it's a Zoom call, but if you can be here by 9:30.
Okay. So as soon as they have that meeting, then I'm sure they'll get started on it.
Is that Southeast 100? Is that Clinton Township or Boca or
That'd be Bethlehem.
Bethlehem?
And I don't know if the 91 Southeast 91 in Clinton Township has been let out for contract or
We haven't even
been
bid.
awarded to anybody yet or
We haven't even
not.
bid it out yet, I don't think.
But I know it was like 6 to 8 weeks behind that last one, so it should be coming up anytime. So, do you have any questions for me, Mark?
No.
We do got several pipes to go in the ground, but I'm still waiting for my pipe order to come in. So as soon as they come in, we'll start getting a bunch of pipes put in the ground. Jake, you got anything for me?
Yeah, Clinton Township, that's the one that, Bob Parks used to be the, it is? Okay.
Motor grader operator on.
Did they have a pivot swing arm with the, for brush cutting in their area?
They have one, they use sometimes, but we still mow their township when we mow it with the arm mower.
Okay.
Where's this?
Have you guys been out
it's
there
just-
lately?
We just finished there.
Okay.
That was the last township we just finished and came in on, a month ago, well, right before all the snow and everything started, we got it all done.
Okay.
We took the new mower out on 8th Street Extension and tried it out on there, and that's part of his area.
Right.
And then they had the other arm mower down finishing up another road, and we got it all finished before the snow and ice hit.
Okay.
So, just with the weather prediction coming in tomorrow with high winds and everything throughout tonight and tomorrow, there could be predicted overtime for getting roads opened back up and cleared from trees because we have a lot of dead trees still out there. So, Jim, you got anything for me?
Did you ask him about that road 1000? He was wanting to know. County Line Road.
County Line Road. I got a phone call this morning about mirrors being broken when the buses were driving over on that road. They've replaced, I guess, 5 or 6 of them on the buses because the holes are so bad. Have you been over there?
Which township are we talking?
Well, it's either Shawnee Special, or it's right there on 1000 Road before you get to 13.
Okay, so that's not County Line Road. I have not been over there
That's 1,000.
because County Line Road would be 1300.
Maybe it's, he told me it was County Line Road.
Now, if so, that'd be 1300, and that's gonna be, Shawnee or Shawnee Special. And, if they got potholes in it, it does not surprise me. Now, is it on our section or Johnson County section? I don't know. Because whenever it comes to a county line road, we take care of like a mile or two, and then Johnson County will take care of a mile or two. Then we take care of a mile or two, and then they'll take care of a mile or two. That's how the state divides up the roads.
So the school district goes into both of them?
Yes,
It does, okay.
so I would have to go up there and drive the road and see if it's a section that is maintained by Henry County, or if that's a section that is maintained by Johnson County.
Okay, because he said they're all pretty rough, is what.
But,
Hell, right now, they're all rough.
we've been going back to those roads like that. We spent 2 weeks out, or a week and a half out in Brad Smart's area, which is
Fields Creek.
Fields Creek,
Yeah,
and got his roads bladed. And then last week, we spent another 16 hours out there blading them again. For the simple fact that he can't get a motor grader operator in, is what he tells me. And I might have spoke out of turn, and if I did, I apologize. But I told him that the commission was thinking about purchasing a motor grader for the townships that don't have one. That way we can help keep their roads up into shape. And he said, I'm all for it. I got the money to spend, I got the money to do it. It's just, they don't own a motor grader, so, there again, if I spoke out of turn, I apologize, but from what I've gathered from you three in various meetings, you guys are all thinking about it, not 100%, but anyway, I did tell him that, and he was glad to hear that. With that being said, I gotta buy new blades for that box blade or whatever that we got here a couple years ago, because Brad Smart's roads just stayed down to nothing. What used to be some type of scar fire teeth are just a smooth blade now. So I will be buying that. If you guys haven't seen it, had to put tires on 3 trucks last week, which cost us a pretty chunk of my tire budget. But hopefully that'll last us for a while. So
What'd you call that grader you use that you're buying the blades for?
it's called a Road Boss.
Road Boss.
It's a road dresser or whatever. It's not box blade, but it's
Like a road groomer kind of thing.
It's not even a road groomer type thing. It just kind of dresses up the road.
Gotcha.
Or road dresser, I guess.
Okay.
So, Jim, did you have anything?
Nope, that's all.
I think I have a couple of tickets down there I need. It's on my little file thing on top of the cabinets.
I'm going to your office.
Okay. I'll snap you a picture of it.
I take it we're meeting 1 o'clock
Yes.
Thursday?
Yes, if you're up for that.
I'm up for it,
Where's Bud?
but as you consider this,
I know.
you gotta consider all the other private roads in your southwest district, or south area,
Yeah, I know.
and some of them's already in shape. And, you know, when you open up one can of worms,
Trust me.
you're opening up a whole can.
Can isn't opened yet. I don't even know if it can happen yet, but it's in discussion.
But, you know, just in a 3/4 mile stretch that I looked at today, there's like 7 or 8 private roads on that one stretch that their roads are already up in shape and ready to go, but we don't want to take them on.
I know, Dennis. I know.
I want
If
voice
we-
to be heard that we don't need to take on it any more than we need to.
Oh, I know.
So, and if we do ever take any of that on, we need to make sure we get it added to the road tax money. That way we are getting money off of it.
Those are things I'm gonna look into.
So,
Appreciate that though. I agree. Completely agree.
so anyway, that's all I have. If you guys have nothing else for me.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, next person.
Jim?
Harold? Yep.
Thank you, gentlemen. Well, first off, I want to say thank you all for setting up the podcast. I think it's a great way to get information out, but I have one complaint. When you guys are shuffling papers, you can't hear nobody. Now, that's something you can work on, but anyway, I appreciate it. First reason I'm down here is in reference to the tax, real estate freeze for seniors. I was down here in October, with the old commission, and it was supposed to be looked into and taken care of. There's nothing been done about it. This is going on about 2.5 years now that the state has done it. Counties around us are all operating with it. Some of them are not having any problems, some of them are having a little bit of a problem because of the amount of paperwork it's taking for the citizens to apply for it.
Right.
But it is being implemented, and I don't understand why Henry County cannot get it in appropriated now.
One
Hey,
thing,
Jim.
Harold, well, what we had trouble with, we're a township form of government.
Okay,
And
what do
get
we
in the
need?
freeze. Okay, since then, we have decided, and another county and some of them around it is township, they have said, they've got one now that works, and we can freeze the money that we're in charge of. One, be the county taxes levy, and it's the senior center.
Mhm.
And that's the two items that we got say so over. And the ones we talked to, and I think while we was down at Margaritaville, commissioners, we had our training down there, and it really sounded good for all of us to be doing that. And I think we all kind of agreed. And I was supposed to get a copy in email, but I think that may have to be put off. Rick may have to talk to the clerk to get one because they're a township. And if that works, that's, I think, what we had all decided, that we could make that work. And
You
that's
mean,
what
in
we
other
did.
words,
We're
then,
gonna try to get something done.
okay, but in other words, you're just saying that the county
Right.
portion of it, what about school districts, hospital districts, city? Do
That's
they
all.
have to be approached individually
Well,
in order to do it?
That's the big,
We don't have any say-so over that. Now, once we say, okay, we're gonna freeze it, then they can come back to us, because then there's a lawsuit just waiting to be handled, the way I understood it.
we ought
That's
to
what
do
all
as
of us
well.
did down there too. Cause there's, see, the big thing is township form of government, there's not as many
Well,
around.
that's the question.
Yeah.
How do we go about getting rid of township form of government? That is so damn antiquated that it's.
You know what, I'm gonna agree with you 100%, but you've gotta have a road to the people to
That's what
do
I
it.
think, that's what I mean.
And I think it's
understand
been
that, Jim.
tried, and
But.
the bad
yeah,
thing, and now you've gotta have a levy in place that you're gonna use, or that'll be implemented after a year. Used to, it went back to the lowest levy in all
I'd
the
say
townships,
I'd-
and that'd be Clinton.
yeah.
And then when you tell them they're gonna go for a raise, cause they're gonna raise their taxes, that wouldn't float. That's the problem.
Yeah,
with
well,
it.
I say, just like the
That-
gentleman here talking about
Yeah.
dealing with all these individual townships,
Yeah,
you know, it's so antiquated that
Yes.
it's, you know,
I'm not arguing the point,
yeah.
but I
I'm
tell you what,
not saying-
I've
Well,
we've talked
even if,
about it,
even if we
but-
can get the tax assessment for the county froze,
Yeah.
our assessment rather, that's a start.
yeah,
I mean.
then we
it's-
can always amend it if we
Yeah.
get more into it. that's-
Okay, when do you
that's what we're trying.
anticipate, Alan, when do you anticipate doing it?
Well, as soon as we.
Probably here pretty soon.
Well,
Like,
I-
we're
will.
waiting on
we've
that
heard it.
email.
We've heard this before.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully when we get the papers and,
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'll be
Yeah.
back if it's not taken
Yep.
care of relatively quick, because
well,
this has been going on, the
Yes.
past commissioners, we're looking into it, and that's the only problem we get, is we're looking into it, and, you know, that doesn't get it done, gentlemen. Thank you very much, I appreciate your
You're
time.
completely right,
Yeah.
by the way.
okay. Anybody else?
So you want me to get a hold of a clerk, a township
Yes.
county clerk that has
Call
all
it
this?
Bates,
Doesn't
and
say
have
the
him send
Bates.
it, because they got one and he's telling us that's exactly what they done. Because there's very few counties that can do that. It's normally, most others are taxes.
Was there
It doesn't
12 or
matter.
13 in the state now?
Yeah,
20.
It's not very many,
not very many,
most of them are down in the hills.
yeah. But see, like Benton County, their deal, St. Clair, their county form.
Yep,
The only one close to us is Bates County.
oh, in Bates County
And
Township?
Bates
I
County's
didn't
got their
realize
own
that.
problem right now. So. But, we can get one from the clerk, I'm sure. And
Appreciate it.
that'll be one that's kind of set up in guidelines the way we're wanting to do it. And that's what we kind of decided down there. If we can make that work, all of us in agreement to do that. But I hate to do something that we haven't got the authority to do.
Yeah, this is a big conversation piece at the training we was at.
I appreciate it.
Everybody talked
Get
about
it,
it.
Yep.
just get it on the books.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't as many counties, that done it as what we've seen. When they asked all the ones to stand up.
I'm sorry.
Said, I wish you could just freeze the school tax. Windsor's trying to do a big raise over there.
Oh my.
Well, I don't know, but anyway, but I do know that's where we're at on that. Hopefully we can get that.
I appreciate it, Jim.
So we've been kind of busy, so.
Keep coming.
Blueberry,
You had two here that was, okay.
Huh?
I wouldn't yet.
Huh?
I wouldn't yet.
Oh my. Well, that wasn't near as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
It's just a whole lot of paper.
They used to make donuts, and then it's not right. I don't know much anymore. That's why. All the people, I came up for Snickers and they were all gone.
That is still Thursday, right? 1 o'clock.
Thursday, 1 o'clock.
I wanna write that down before I forget.
Rick, you need this one.
I don't need that. I think that was just a copy.
from Shin, like the street by the USDA building over there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sent you a screenshot of the video, so you're supposed to take
It's your,
Probably more, violent stuff.
Well, I could have had them deliver it here, but I didn't know it was like.
No, it's gonna be heavy.
It was big.
Going any races this year?
Try to.
Florida sure looks inviting right now.
This is the third year we haven't went down, and I ain't kidding you. I told my wife it was the last year we're not going.
Yeah, good. I blame you.
Yeah. I had several people call once to come down, we just couldn't get it worked in.
Yes, sir.
Howdy,
How you doing?
You guys look important, you can sit right up front.
we're not. Looks can be deceived.
I took it. I yelled. Got it.
Hi there. Are you?
Go ahead and say it.
You want to sign in?
We're ready. Or whenever you sign in. Do we have anybody else speak?
How you doing?
You've hurt yourself.
Don't blow currents anymore.
Okay, doke.
Good deal.
All right.
We just wanted to come
Well-
by and say hi. We're making the rounds up here. Just wanted to catch up and see what's going on in the county.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing, right? Nothing's going on in the federal government here,
Yeah.
so it's all real quiet.
We've got a lot of things, seems like going on.
Yeah, you guys got through budget time, I guess, right?
Oh, yep,
How'd
yep.
that go?
No,
Pretty smooth.
it's pretty smooth.
Smooth?
It's been, now it's getting a lot easier. Because of computers and everything, so.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, but that's been good. We're working.
Well, how did you guys
Well,
enjoy your first budget? Your first budget round?
Rick made it pretty well painless. but-
Yeah.
I'm sure the next winter, or next December is gonna be a different story, but
Really?
yeah, it's
Is that
okay.
revenue? Is that looking different?
No, it's just, that's when we go through it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start in December, yeah.
That's when we start good.
Yeah, a lot of the prep work had kind of been done before you.
Yeah.
And really,
Yeah.
Rick's been doing it long enough. And
Yeah.
Kelly, she's been setting aside. Hopefully she'll be here next week. And then we'll be able to move ahead.
Did y'all have a good time up at CCAM?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of good information out there.
Good. I'm sure a lot of talk about Senate Bill 190.
Yep,
Sure enough, you just missed, actually.
you just missed that.
Oh, yeah?
We talked about that. That's
Yeah.
some things we talked about. So anyway,
Get behind it, going forward, trying to go forward with it.
Yeah.
A lot of people,
Have you guys put anything in place yet on it, or?
on Senate Bill, no, we have got now kind of where we're all wanting, we're wanting to go. I think that's what we talked about. We're gonna get a copy of it. But see, we're a township form of government, and we don't have control of all the taxing entities. And we've got all the townships, and when you go to freezing them and then freezing everything else, and we don't have any say-so in it,
Sure.
you're just asking yourself for trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little
Especially
more
schools.
complicated than some others would be.
Yeah. That's right. Because now if you get up in like Cass, bigger counties, then it's handled by sales tax mostly. That's what they do. That's what Bob says.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have a lot of different, you got your ambulance district, your fire district.
Oh, yeah, we have-
School, obviously, and all that.
say, I think the school ones.
How many do we have, Rick?
There are 63 taxing entities in the county.
Oh, good lands.
Is that a lot of like special road districts and stuff like that?
Townships are 29 of them, or
Yeah.
not 19 of them.
19 and 10 specials.
Yeah.
So we got 29. A
We've
lot
got
of
12
people.
school districts, 11 cities, no, seven or eight cities, and
Yeah,
Hospital district, yeah, there's a bunch. It's hard to wrangle them in sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember when I worked at the state level, they passed some legislation that allowed them to voluntarily consolidate those special road districts if they wanted to. A lot of them were getting to the point where they, couldn't afford a lot of the equipment and stuff like that. They couldn't pool their resources. But again, that's tough too for some of those entities. They like to, take care of their own roads and make sure they do get taken care of. So.
Yeah.
anyway,
Anything we can answer about what's going on at the federal level or what the senator's working on or anything?
what was it? There was some things down there.
So you had a question or something, I don't remember what it was.
Mark, did you hear? Seemed like one of them was talking about federal stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was. We're supposed to catch you guys. I'll have to go back through some of the notes I got for CCAM.
Well, you know how to get a hold of us.
Yeah.
I got your card and everything.
Yeah, the senator's hard at work out there. He added another committee. He's on the Judiciary Committee, and in addition to the Armed Services Committee. It's a big deal, with Whiteman being close by here and with Fort Leonard Wood, of course, Interstate. That's a big deal. And then he's also on the Commerce Committee, which is a big deal because surface transportation doesn't have to be looking at a new highway bill within the next year or two. So that'll be big when that rolls around. But other than that, the first several months of the year has just been focused on getting President Trump's cabinet appointments in place. They've done a good job of that. I mean, I think Linda McMahon just got done. She was one of the last ones, I think, on that slate. And now it's budget time. We got a budget deadline coming up here in a few weeks when that CR that they passed before Christmas expires. And so really a lot of talk over what it's going to look like and how they're going to structure it. The House was able to get through on a vote on the big beautiful bill, as President Trump puts it. And put all that together. So if they can get that passed and get it over to the Senate and see what happens in the Senate, it may be a little bit of a tougher row ahead over the Senate with some of the members wanting to split those off and do those as individual bills rather than one big bill. I think the senators perfectly in favor of one bill and wanting to do it however we can do it most effectively to ensure we get the resources for border security, but also get more efficiencies and some of the waste and fraud that's going on in government rooted out. So we'll see what that looks like, but it's still a work in progress as far as the budget goes.
Yeah.
Anything on this, Mark?
No, I think that's the main points on that. He's introducing different legislation related to China and DEI, as well as some disability-focused ones and everything too, which is always a priority of his, with his background and everything. But yeah, that's kind of where things are moving at the moment.
So a lot of focus on foreign policy right now, obviously, with the meeting that happened last week between Zelensky and President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. So yeah, that's also a moving target right now. We don't know where that's going to end up in foreign policy. So
The administration's driving the.
Yeah,
not trying to divorce ourselves from the congressional role in this, but that administration's driving the train on that one right there. So, we'll see, Congress controls the spending, but a lot of that money's already been appropriated, it's out the door. The administration has the ability to withhold, what's not already there to them and is doing that and everything too. And so we'll just have to kind of see, what the plan is and how some of this stuff relates to peace talks and if it brings people to the table through a little more of a ham-fisted way maybe than what had been seen prior, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think the senator is really focused on is there a strategy? Is there an exit strategy? Is there a way to get to peace that makes sense? Or do the Ukrainians have a strategy in place that ends in victory? And then also Europe needs to step up and take more of a responsibility for their collective security on that continent rather than relying on the U.S. to pay for and foot the bill for everything over there. And I think he also believes that China is the real threat of the 21st century in geopolitics, and that we need to shift our foreign policy more to a focus on China if we want to meet the real threat that is out there.
Yep, that is gonna be bigger.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's been any discussion on funding, budget appropriations that trickle down to the counties, like our child support services and emergency management grants that we receive from the Fed, and even some of the bridges that we build are all federal money. Do you know if they're gonna reduce some of those?
We haven't seen a lot of specifics yet whenever it comes to the budget deals. A lot of them are, like, what they passed so far, the Senate passed a framework, which is very, very broad generalities. It's nothing that's binding. It says, hey, here's kind of what we're gonna work on. Here's the different pots of money that we're gonna try to appropriate, but nothing down to the granular level on some of those things. So we are keeping an eye on it. I assume you're talking about some of that money that passes through into some of the regional planning commissions.
Yeah, it goes through the
Yeah.
state, like MoDOT and
MoDOT too, yeah.
I mean, I think that it's a fair guess that what you're gonna, this is broadly speaking, I think you're gonna see the process for a lot of stuff change. And whether or not some of these grant programs survive, whether or not the way that things have been funded survive. I'm not saying the money goes away, I'm saying it might be done completely differently though, or block granted out in some instances. I mean, I don't wanna get too far over the skis on it, but I think you are gonna see changes on that. But like Tucker said, I just don't know when you're going to see that actually get implemented. And I don't know when we're going to be blessed with getting told specifics about what the approach is agreed upon that they would like to see Congress take, and then what's Congress's appetite for actually taking it. Like, so that's what we've not seen. It's very short on specifics. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can speak for the senator in saying that he's been very frustrated with the budgeting process out in DC. You know, you guys have a process that you go through. You can't spend more than you bring in. You have to get down and justify all the spending. Like, you can't just keep throwing more money after bad, right? Same thing at the state level. They break that out into individual appropriations bills. They go through them. They debate them. If a program's not working, they can cut them out. Well, in Congress, they haven't done that for a long time. They just take all the previous spending, throw it into one huge bill, and then pass it, you know, in very, very short order. The senator's been incredibly frustrated by that. I'd like to see us get back to a normal budgeting process where you debate the bill, you offer amendments on the floor, you scrutinize it, and you fund what works and you don't fund what doesn't. Right. So.
It is what leads to some of the chaos that I think folks are witnessing now and feeling right now with some of the mass cuts or like the freezes of funding that are threatened, and you know, maybe the courts withhold, you know, put stop to it. But a lot of this that you see, if they would follow a normal budgeting process over the last 30 years, which is basically they haven't, you know, done that for, you know, several generations of Congress. And so if you would follow that, then this would all been spread out over time, and things would have been right-sized over time, and you wouldn't have, I think, a lot of what you're seeing right now. But I mean, you know, this was, none of this was hid either. You know, I mean, this is what the president had said, you know, that he thought needed to be done. Folks should have been aware of it, you know, and everything too. It doesn't mean you have to like it, but I mean, folks should be aware of that this was what he was going to pursue, you know. And so
I think that's a good point. Nobody should be surprised by anything. The president ran on this platform, so.
It's I get tired of saying it, but it's more that, you know, we'll see what happens. But shoot, we could leave this meeting right now and some tweet or something like that's went out, and it's like, oh my gosh, like what does this do?
Things are very, very fluid. We're getting whiplash like everybody else. We find out about everything, and then something new every day.
Changes.
Any other county issues we need to be keeping an eye on? Besides, I mean, I'm aware of some of them. I don't know whether bring stuff up or not. You know, but I mean,
For the flag.
Flags.
Yeah, I mean,
has there been any developments on that or any information?
We're waiting for testing.
Yeah.
They're supposed to test Wednesday, where they're likely it'll get rained out.
Is that an independent test?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We had 4 companies come in.
Okay.
DNR, the company that we hired, Triangle, and Evergy. So there'll be 4 of us out there.
so you can't have rain like this. Will mess it all up though. Probably.
Well, they can test in it, but you're gonna get a better reading. If it's good weather.
The less variables there are, the better off you are.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. How's everything over at the school? Have they figured out how they're going to cope with all of it?
Well, they've since moved to a church here in town,
Okay.
and they're good by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, has DNR been cooperative on it?
I can tell you, I can tell you're a DNR
There is
Trigger word.
someplace I will tell you,
You want to?
that is someplace that I will tell you needs to be closed. Completely and utterly closed and restarted, because they do nothing. And what they do is wrong. I mean, they've supposedly tested, they give you the preliminary results, they give you their summary, but they're not willing to turn it up. They wouldn't even give it to the EPA, the results. That tells me they're hiding something. I mean, everybody, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say this out loud, everybody knows that the test results are high. It's there. There's no way around it, it's there. The biggest question is, for me, the biggest question is, once this goes through the court system, because it's probably gonna take a while, like these people sitting back here and Jeff, it's gonna be on their land. What is the federal government gonna do to help them? Because that's coming your guys' way, just so you know. It is.
Yeah.
And it's gotta be something, because this is gonna affect them, their livelihood, their kids, everything, anybody that lives out there. So, it's just, for me, it's a little irritating, because we've done everything we can do. We're trying to get this out there so that people understand what's going on and whatnot. And DNR is like hiding over in the corner, not willing to give these people the information that they need to be able to make decisions about what they do. It's extremely frustrating. And like I said, when you got EPA and they can't get an answer, I mean, who are these people? I mean, DNR, it's no different than us. DNR works for the people. They may be a federal bureaucracy, is basically what they are. But they need to be stepping up and leading on this instead of hiding behind what's going on. Because it's not fair to anybody in the community. It's really not fair to people that live close to this. It's been going on quite a while. So it's not like nobody's known about this. I mean, you're never going to make me believe DNR did not know they had an issue out there. I mean, anybody that drives out there and you see a mountain of fly ash that's as long as that and probably taller, knowing that fly ash is bad for people and the wind's blowing 40, 50 mile an hour, I mean, that's not rocket scientists, but it was just overlooked.
Were they out there testing annually?
They quit testing, well, the wells they had out there, they quit testing in 2015. Then they just started testing. Every one of the wells are contaminated. I mean, you've got contamination going 10 miles out. And the crazy thing is some of the results are higher further out than they are right next. So it's a wind issue,
Did they say why they stopped testing all the time?
They're not saying anything.
They're not saying anything.
Yeah. I mean, Evergy has said that they've done everything by the book and this and that. I was out there. That's not by the book. They finally covered it up before. Did you go? You didn't go. Before we went out there and looked at it. I had been out there probably a month before then. It was just fly ash is all it was. If you go out there now, about almost to the top is all covered in dirt. And they did that within a week or so. So, they were stepping and fetching to get that covered up before anybody, and Mark Alford went out there. There was a number of people that went. We went out there to take the guys that are testing for us, and if you drive by it and go around to the back where the dock is, there is literally fly ash laying on the ground right there when you back up. It's not even in where the fly ash is supposed to be contained. And we're not talking like a little spot. We're talking chunks parts of it are white. We stood out there and saw it. You know, so, I mean, the company that is taking care of that out there, they're probably gonna be culpable too, because like anybody else, you do something like that, you get SOPs that you're supposed to follow. And I'm pretty sure they didn't, but it's still, I mean, it's gonna be a dual deal. They're both gonna be responsible for that. But it's just a question of how soon it moves along. And you would think that Evergy would quit hauling, knowing that this is already done. They would stop those trucks. They're hauling at nighttime, they're hauling, I mean, nonstop.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah, they're trying to get as much in, but, I mean, on the flip side, if you're Evergy, if you get fined, I mean, if I haul for an extra 2 weeks, the fine's not gonna be any bigger. The damage is, but the fine's not. So, yeah, it's a bad deal and it's a serious deal. It definitely needs to be handled, but the sooner the better,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, we've certainly been following it. We've talked to you guys about it on different occasions, and I know the senator's aware of it as well. I don't know, how much involvement or how much have you heard from the EPA so far on it?
They've been pretty friendly the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
So they've been passing over a lot of information.
Okay.
They've actually done a pretty good job the last couple of weeks.
But right now the ball's sort of in DNR's court on this.
So,
is that-
yeah, so EPA is collecting all the results. They got the results from the private company. They're trying to get DNR's not sure. And they're sending everything over to us. So, they're not doing their own testing. They're taking everybody else's tests and comparing them and
Okay.
analyzing them for us.
Well, we certainly want to stay in the loop, and get any information or any developments that happen, so we can make sure the senator's aware of it.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet.
I think that's the main issue though, right?
Pretty
Pretty well the
much.
main issue.
Yeah, that's the big stuff.
Yeah.
You guys got local election coming up here. Anything?
Five weeks from today.
Now that you're counting.
Yeah.
Anything on the ballot of note?
No, city or councilmen, mayors, school boards,
Yeah, stuff like that. Okay, yeah, the normal stuff.
Townships?
township races, yeah.
Yeah.
About it.
Well, good deal. We want to be
Okay.
available to y'all. Want to be, anything y'all need, just give us a shout. Keep in the loop on all this.
Yeah, no, we see you guys at casing and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff
Yeah.
all the time and all that business too, so just, you know how to holler at us. Stuff, so.
Okay.
Are you guys at least enjoying the job so far?
Yeah.
I mean, you're injured, you've gotten injured from it.
This is rotator cuff from previous injuries. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys hope to be walking right into this right off the bat.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a couple of cards for you. I wasn't able to give you the last time we seen each other.
Tucker?
Good seeing you, Tucker.
Good to see you.
Give you that old.
Yeah, appreciate it.
No, cells are there.
Okay, I'll
Thank
make
you
sure.
for getting back.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, good seeing you.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much. And Mark, I know you kept mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, yep, take care. Thank you.
Rick, real quick, I'm gonna take this with me, the Fisher Concrete deal,
Oh,
because,
Email or call or anything.
well, here's the deal on that. That bridge, the first 3 trucks were rejected, and they're sending us the tickets on it,
okay.
because the testing was, came out on those first 3 trucks.
Testing.
They have to test air on the concrete, and then they have to do a slump test on the concrete. And if it don't pass the air and don't pass the slump test, then we do one of 2 things. We accept it knowing that it's gonna be junk concrete, or we reject it and it's up to them. We rejected the first 3 loads of concrete that they sent us that day.
Okay.
So I gotta get with them and tell them that we're not paying for something that we didn't.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I agree.
Anyway,
That noisy damn thing. Yeah.
I got maps.
Yeah, you're talking about.
Oh,
I'm with you now.
everything.
Fine. Hey, I just looked at the email. I just thinking about you.
Just all the points.
Exactly. Well, that's fine.
That's
Tell you
good.
what,
If you
I've
see
got
anywhere you want to add.
training down there, and
I do wanna do that.
I agree with Bill. And I couldn't get nothing.
Where?
It's the inflow for
And anyway, I
that
said,
was-
come back. and
Oh, gotcha.
County clerk.
all the
Said,
revenue in the
a
water.
little help here, evidently. I've done this before.
Inside,
Probably
the
told you.
water
So
actually
just
they
clicked
suck
in
it
it
up.
and
They
went
were
ahead.
low
But I
level.
seen you sent another
That's why I said, if you
DocuSign,
don't get it stopped,
417.
it's going to go, it's going to go in.
Yeah, so you're talking
Yeah,
about an actual.
yeah.
true
I got that
document.
email
Yeah,
now.
it's like,
Should
okay.
I go ahead
In Truman, yeah.
and go ahead and
Hey, while they're talking, I'm gonna use the
okay,
restroom real quick.
now,
Hey, I can use
I was gonna say, not bad, not bad.
That's not the video.
that's not a
That's a
video.
video, that's not the link
That's a
to
video.
to sign anything.
I don't have your link yet. Right.
Down to that.
Okay. Yes, yeah, then y'all send a code. Now, Rick,
So,
do we get the code? Does
Well,
he get-
it's the link.
Oh,
He
it's
sent
the
a
link.
link
It's
that gets
connected
us
to
right
the
to the
link.
page that
And
you
then
have to
we have a
sign.
code.
18, they knocked them down to.
I'll tell you what, Zach, I'm gonna go ahead, cause Thursday and Friday, I'm gonna delete these, so I don't get everything all mixed up. That'd be good.
In December,
Won't tell
last
me.
year, all of a sudden, they had a well. really bad. So now they moved them up to
Trying
four.
to get one of those.
Serious testing.
No, it's not a link, it's just, personalized DocuSign experience for customer
Where
brand.
people are getting.
It's a video.
You try to DNR get testing.
That's my problem there.
This one?
So they
And I think
results
that's why
that
they're
they
getting out of the bed.
compared to.
No, you're good. Yeah, someone will walk around with
Okay.
a knock to the other
Yeah.
right. You're good.
More lenient than EPA, state restrictions.
I'll just clean it out
Well,
here.
when DNR tested, they didn't compare it to DNR, they compared it to EPA. They
I'll
won't
be on
use
the same page. Okay. Now, if you can send me
Well,
that.
it's not-
So Amy can get started at it and then I'll come back. She's got quite a stack.
Yeah. I put a note on the bottom of this. It may not be missy, but it actually needs to go.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it'll be good, but we just need to make sure we get it to
Put it in a
Oliver.
regular envelope.
Goes to Oliver. Oops, what page there? Yeah, sign that too.
Well, still ain't got it.
You're supposed to get more rain.
Yeah, we're gonna get snow tonight.
Okay.
Don't talk like that.
We used to like.
Starting about 2 or 3 a.m.
How much?
Just trace. Everything icy.
This is Zach, Rick. Zach, can I put you on speaker? My county clerk's here sitting beside me. We'll go ahead and go. Okay, now. Can you hear us all right? Wait a minute, wait a minute. There. Can you hear us all right, Zach?
Sergeant, how are you doing, sir?
All right.
You liking the new truck? I haven't been able to see the inside of it. It looks really good from the outside.
Did you get the access code I mailed you?
Yes, I did.
I got a key in the car.
Well, that's nice.
My other one didn't have that.
So you just push the buttons. Is it on your vest? Oh, wow. How far will it go? Reach.
I haven't tried that yet.
Let's not try it.
He's at the office right now. You guys inhale up here a little bit ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got it.
Yeah, every time I see your car, I'm like, is that Tanner County? It takes me a minute.
I've had, civilians ask me, like, they thought the sheriff was pulling over. Yeah, it looks like I'm restricted to drive.
a good looking rig.
Jake, you need a.
Yeah.
I'll take a little spot. Thank you, Rick.
Your dog pretty good about finding you when you're out the door.
Right, big hole and stuff.
Not used to it.
I've got to call
Call
somebody and get the question again because I've done forgotten. It was right around supper time, but I didn't write down the question. It's about a special township, special road board question. But I'll have to get a hold of her again and ask. I can't remember the question.
Oh, Chit it?
You should be getting all 10 other
Okay. All right. That's all right.
Trying to get that document signed for that,
Shop on that door all the time.
whatever it is, that should be on.
Yeah. What about the? Yeah.
When it opens, is it open pretty forcefully?
We may have to.
I mean, more than a regular door, yeah, but nothing like the door. You
Not gonna
try
knock
to
your
stop
teeth out,
it,
right?
Me too.
Female jump all over the place. Female, we didn't like that. And they even get in some real nasty dogfights.
Are you still on the phone yet?
Huh?
Are you still on the phone?
Yeah. No, I haven't got anything yet. Right? In there. May have to wait. Cause yesterday, they just popped right on their feet. There, I just got it. Okay, there. Complete with DocuSign, all right? Okay. First thing I do, I hit review document, right? Let's see. Is that the first thing I do, is that go ahead and hit review document?
Yeah, you'll do review document. I never quite see what's on your guys'
Are we still
list.
meeting the 17th in the morning here?
Okay, now it says
April
access code.
17th?
Is that the day we're doing the,
And
The
that
township
should come from
Rotary.
Rick, didn't it? Okay.
no, I'll bet we do.
No, I'm betting we do too, but I
I'll be
didn't want to
getting
come
it.
here and not.
Nobody believes it.
Yeah. Of course, I guess if that happens, I'll head home.
Made his point.
Yeah, I bet we do.
Yeah.
That's it. Are we starting? Yeah.
Going, Jeff?
Waves in the back.
It is wet, isn't it? It was soft enough it almost tamped down my road though, so it's kind of nice heading out.
And no dust.
Yeah,
He'll be back in here.
almost smoothed it out in a way.
Red boys room and I,
Like it just
hey
be
Rick,
gravel.
that code, is it 108,
About my house.
457 or something like that?
Chop it.
I have to go downstairs and get it.
Oh, you
Get
do?
all that
I
snow
need that
melted.
access
good.
code.
Okay, I'll go get it real quick.
Okay, he's going down again.
I mean, really.
Damn well.
I believe it.
Yeah, I apologize. I can tell it to you, but
It's kind of sad.
See, yeah, see, when I was down at the office, that's the problem. I couldn't get the access.
Bear Creek's
I got in the wrong place,
got
I
an
guess.
issue.
I don't know, but anyway,
one of their roads.
things
Truck
wasn't
traffic
working
comes
there
through.
when I was down at the lake. I just,
Is that that one over here?
best for me to just wait till I get back and we can get it done and get everything handled, cause I have to use that more quite a bit.
Where you at?
Got-
Kidwell Road.
I've got to talk to Charlie yet, listen to something that he's got. I'm in talks with Scott Mosley, I mean, he's really the one that's kind of keeping it alive because he's the one that's willing to pay the money to get everything up to the specs.
Is it from Charlie's house back to the
Yeah, I talked to him
intersection?
last night. We're gonna talk some more. I'm sorry?
From Charlie's house back to that intersection.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the roads, I just drive. I don't even know what the road numbers are.
Yeah.
I just
It's
drive.
Division Road is all I've been
Division
told.
Road.
Yeah.
I call
Is that a county maintained road from the intersection down to Charlie's house?
Not all the way.
Not
By
all the way to Charlie's house, just part way?
about halfway down, I'm guessing. Yeah, the actual distance, I don't know, but
Right,
they maintain up to a certain point.
Okay.
And of course, Charlie's wanted all the way down to his place. The Kidweathers across the road don't want it opened up,
All the way through.
or even down to that part. They just don't. And then Scott Mosley is, you know, he just wants to find out for sure one way or another. But, I mean,
Yeah. I just need to take equipment up and down that road every once in a while.
oh yeah, yeah.
Because I gotta go to Mike Kidweiler's, which is right across from Charlie's.
Well,
and I
that's
go
the
all
ones-
the way back through the hoops and the hollers and.
That's the one that doesn't want it open up into Mike,
Pardon?
which is all understandable.
Do you have a house on the
Yeah.
lake?
No, I used to have a place down in
He owns
Branson.
it.
Yeah,
I had a place down
we're
there
just
for several years, and then we got where
it's gone on too long, but I
just
have
stay in a motel.
Charlie to
And
live
whenever we go, and so that's kind of what we do. I say, hey,
last remaining
tell my wife,
day.
anytime you want to go,
We
that's
haven't been able
fine.
to
And
find
pay for the kids if I need to.
says that we
Cheaper than I
have.
loan that.
We're stuck.
But we really enjoyed it for several years. I guess I had it 10,
Or I
15
gotta go
years.
across Kyle Evans.
As we got older, it got less than kids
Gotcha.
kind of
Great
deal.
options.
Yes, isn't it?
Well, wait, we'll pick it out. That's all.
Yeah.
Which I have maintained peace with all of them so far.
Well, that's good. That could be challenging.
Oh, it is very challenging.
Yeah.
He's wanting to close his road too.
Okay.
That's the one over there off of by AC.
And then just hit validate.
He called me asking about closing it.
That's the worst part.
That
That's
should
a
do
good
it.
road
That's
to
what
stay
I,
open.
See that?
Get you logged in.
okay.
This here is a shit road.
All right, I agree to use electronic.
One way or another, it's gonna stay the way it is now. I can't see closing it at the
Okay, it says
intersection,
try friendly mobile free.
but I would want to check
okay,
and see
Just, okay,
if we had this.
because I got it
we
on
give
my
them
phone
one
too.
money.
Right.
Okay.
Because that's
This is the new
case.
bridge, right?
Yep.
We've been awarded,
Yeah.
so hit
Just so many
next,
things
and that'll take
way
you down
out,
to where you
factor
sign.
in and not knowing the exact.
Okay,
Then-
so sign right
'Cause I
there.
did,
Yes.
Just click
there's a
it.
couple things I didn't
Click
think
it
about
right here, right?
till last
Click
night.
that.
Brought it to me.
And
Okay.
you're gonna use
But we-
that.
Like, talk to
Okay.
Scott, we've got to see if
Acceptance.
they're even open
Okay.
to doing
So then
it.
put your name there and
Yeah.
then type in what
Scott's
you are.
wants to follow through with it, all that kind of stuff.
Try typing it and see if it is.
Can't imagine you're gonna get enough money to justify.
No.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's not
20 years from now, you might be break even.
Maybe.
For what,
Yeah,
I can't
maybe.
get my windows painted.
I mean,
I'm just glad I got windows.
I don't know. Oh, Kelly fixed the blind.
They already broke my new blind.
Well, that didn't take long.
Design commissioner.
But yeah,
And hit finish.
it's kind of,
Okay.
What do you need down there? A couple loads of rock?
well,
I know a guy with a dump truck.
I'd say that's,
And
it
then
just needs
you're
rock
done
put
signing.
on it.
All right, now it'll go to Mark, probably.
Like you bladed, rock put on it, but the tubes
Okay.
are there.
What are you doing to
are
Jake
specs.
next?
Oh,
Jake?
Jake's getting it. Okay.
Okay. Then should I go over,
Is it possible that you could send Jake's signature to Jim's email so he can use it on this machine, this iPad he has?
Ooh.
Or does it have to go to his
he
email?
could go to his phone.
Yeah, what do you need?
Oh,
DocuSign.
yeah, he can open the
He can
email on his
open
phone.
up,
So
you
yeah,
open
go,
up the email.
yeah, go ahead. Send it to his email.
Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
All right.
Yeah, it'll automatically go to Jake once,
Yeah,
once
okay.
Jim's finished signing it.
Okay, so I'm done with it now. Okay.
You should be on this kind of, when they see a confirmation of land, which That should be here pretty soon.
Should come up.
Is there a code?
Yep, I got it.
You sign, Jim. You're
One
good.
oh eight, 455.
Oh, 4, 5.
455.
Is that it? 108?
Yep,
No, I
that's
didn't
right.
get the 1.
Nope, you're right.
Yeah, didn't hit the button hard enough. 108, 455.
Okay, it's coming up. You guys accept it? Yep.
Have a lot here.
Yeah, okay.
Have a lot.
Screw up.
I'm just trying to figure out how many flashlights you
There
need.
you go. Key and type.
Oh. Night shifts. I think one unit was in the dark when one died.
Type in your title.
The other saying if you have one, you have 0, if you have 2, you have 1.
Is that associate or south side?
Huh?
Associate or south side? Does it matter?
Most of them guys down there along the counties, it's all associates. They call them associates.
Sorry, that's awfully small print.
Blow it up.
Might have to. All right. Done.
Okay. Go to Jake. All right. He'll need that number. Okay.
Jacob? Is he still here?
Yeah.
Are you there, Zach?
Is this a 90 or 8911 bridge, or what is the percent that the government is paying on that? Because it's kind of used to be 80/20, and then the most
well,
recent ones was
This is a
like
different
11%
one.
match. What is this one?
This one, it looks like you guys had a 10% put down on your application.
Yeah,
So it's 90/10.
yeah, 90/10 is what ours is. You're right.
All right, yep. I just
Yep.
got confirmation that Jake signed.
Okay. Then Mark, he's working on his. We'll have them all done.
He's gotta send it to me first.
Oh, Mark needs it sent to him.
Huh? Oh,
No,
you should have went to. Did you send Mark his?
Just got
I
it.
think he said
Just got it.
Oh, it just came up. Okay.
Sorry.
He's weird.
You have a map also of the testing locations?
I did.
Is it,
They all have a copy. Okay.
thank you.
I don't have it email yet. I only have it in hard copy. I haven't scanned it yet. Evidently my email doesn't work. They tried emailing it to me, it won't come. What did you ask me? You came over and asked me something, did you?
It was in snow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got another bridge, right, be coming up here too long, as soon as we get a permit. The other one, this goes back to, I guess, 2022 or 21 when we got them. We're just getting,
You applied, it was awarded in 22.
yeah, that's when we was awarded it.
Yeah, we
And
finally
then
got
we
one.
Got
bid out.
one this year then.
Let me see, is that the,
This on, it's on 91. I can look at. This was
the
31.
one over Deer Creek?
That sounds right.
Sounds right. Right outside of town there.
One's on Southeast 91 Road, and the other is, can't remember.
Let's see.
Should have it.
Get it? Okay, you should get marks.
And then I'll get an email, and I don't have access to it on my phone, so it'll be downstairs. I can get that taken care of this afternoon.
Okay, that sounds great. Yep, I got Mark.
Yep, okay.
Here, so.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Thanks for working through this with me.
Hey, thank
It's
you.
a lot easier than the alternative way to do it, So
That's right.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Zach, for
All
calling.
right, thank you guys. Have a good day.
All right, bye. Got that mess in.
The only other thing I have for you guys is I got a call from Kate Keck, who works with Burns and McDonnell, and they are gonna be the construction, or they're leading the construction of setting the switching station for Evergy.
Yeah.
And they're wanting to know if they have to have a road use agreement, because the switching station is just one of them little buildings that they set. It's not a substation, so it doesn't weigh that much. And they've not ever had to have any road use agreement in the past when they set these in the county. So they want to know if you still need to do that in this situation.
I don't reckon so, but I don't.
Well, I think some of that come from the road use agreement we had to do in chapter 100. That's, because that's where it came from.
They kind of wondering if this is a new precedence that they need to do something
Yeah.
like this every time they set a substation, or a switching station, which is just some little
I
buildings.
know
that they
in
set.
our
Bringing in
area,
heavy
they've been
equipment.
pretty good about, like if they get off,
Yeah.
they cause an issue in our right of way, what, they used to come out, we just call them, they come out and take care of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's
Yeah, I
probably
think
that
so.
big of a deal.
Okay, I'll get back with that.
Especially if you hadn't in the past.
Yeah, she said it's just a simple setting it, and
It's not a big,
it's not a big
not like a
heavy.
big heavy equipment. All we worried about is some of that stuff, is big heavy crap.
Yeah.
They haul in, it can
Right.
tear up your roads pretty quick, especially when they're wet
Yeah.
now. This fall, spring of the year.
Speaking of the road use agreement, what all roads does that cover for the chapter 100? Does that count?
They're supposed to send us a map of the roads they're gonna use.
Yeah, the
Okay.
roads are
You
used.
got word they're going up and down Ladue Road.
Yeah,
651,
I'm sorry?
is that 651?
Off the top of my head, I think so, but I'm not 100% positive. I'd have to look it up. And they're just turning it to mud. Pushing all the rock down, all the mud up, so they're having to put more and more rock on it. Well, if they're gonna use that road, that should be underneath the agreement, I would have thought,
They're
so.
supposed to bring it up to the same specs,
Yeah,
or same
what it was.
condition that it was.
same,
What they supposed to
same
take
thing as what it
pictures of
was.
it?
Huh?
Weren't
Yep,
they supposed to
yep,
take pictures
yep.
of it?
They was thinking that it was just gonna be in the affected town, or not the affected, but the township that has the building going on, but I didn't know if it meant the townships.
Should be all the roads of the
Okay,
county.
that's what I thought too, but I thought I better find out. Okay.
The townships could have had one too. With it.
I know that Ted Holt took pictures of
Yeah.
all his roads.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know
did.
if Bear
Cause
Creek
he
did.
got all the
I don't know if
gravel
Bear
down,
Creek
that's
did
the
or
reason
not.
why I got them all gravel good, cause then that'll take the place of it.
Okay.
And if I got that, it'll all be taken care of. Okay.
And do we need to do something
Yeah.
about, or make a motion or a verbal rule that only employees come through the doors,
Yeah.
not spouses or?
Yeah,
Yep.
only the employee could use the other 3 doors and not allow anybody to come in with them. I think that would solve all the problems. No spouses could come in with you.
So do we need a motion or?
Should we have it on paper, a policy, or
We better put it,
I would think it would be more of a policy than it would be,
yeah,
like a motion to do anything. I think that's just a policy that you need to come up
Can we
with
put
for the
it-
courthouse.
we'll put it in a handbook.
probably, yeah.
I
That'd
would,
be
I
the
would
way to
also
have it.
like to make a suggestion that
What?
we take the paper signs down off the doors and put up the vinyl on the door that says employee entrance only,
Yeah,
emergency exit coming the other way, because that's the only way, all it can be used for at this point. And rather than have 15 different signs around that says use
Yeah.
this door only, if we slap that on the door that says in red, employee entrance only,
yeah,
I mean, rather than all this taped up paper that looks.
Probably look better too.
I think that'd be good.
I think maybe that would.
Cause a lot of less problems too.
I like that.
And I would like
You know-
to, if you guys don't care, on the swinging doors that go out to the vestibules, put that emergency exit only there, so they're not actually going through and hitting, hitting people. I would like to have it before they even get that far, if you guys don't care. I think it would look nicer lettered and vinyl on the windows rather than hanging papers on everything.
Definitely.
Yep, look nicer too.
Thank you.
That'd be good.
That's all I have for you guys.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Mark,
I can't think of anything.
the road. Like I say, we got, kids wanting to come in about that one.
Next Thursday though, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna leave the road agreement the way it is. The contract.
Do you got something you're wanting to change? I left mine at home.
Oh,
I can go get you a
I meant to
copy.
give you one, I
can bring
forgot.
that. I'll go grab a copy real quick. If you guys get that
What?
edited, that would be awesome.
The only, but like I told you, I'm caught because I hate to punish the guys that are doing a good job. And I'll use, once again, Mike as an example.
Right.
If we don't have a road that we need to actually do as a cart road, then basically all I'm doing is I'm spending the county's money for no good reason. Because I'm tearing the road up just to put it back the way it probably is already. But then there's the other side that because what I had thought of is put it in there just exactly what the statute says. You can do either or.
But either or, what do you?
Well,
Because I've had somebody talk to me about this too, so I was just trying to go.
So the one that we've got now, the contract says basically, I can't remember, but you pull the ditches, you grade the road, however, whatever distance it is, you put so much gravel down. So the statute says you can use it to maintain road and bridges. And I know for us, that last bridge that we did, because it took me 2 years to pay Rick off. Because it was the first year, I think it was 13,000, we sent the whole check, then the next year we did it again. But I didn't get any money.
Right.
I didn't get my cart money, we just pulled it out of our funds and paid, because we had to have we had to do the bridge. So it just seems like if we leave it up to them, you either do a cart road, and I don't know if you've seen it, but you fill it out. We can take like a yellow line and mark out what road we're doing. And
Actually, no, I haven't seen that
yeah,
part.
yeah. It's usually they send us a map, and we just go across the map, and we'd be like, okay, we're going to do 900 road. We're going to go from here to here.
Right.
And you do it in yellow. But for years before that, all I did is on that map is I would write maintain road and bridges, and then when they'd give me the money, we would take that money and apply it towards either gravel or, labor, whatever.
Spend it what you want to.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what-
But you've also, you gotta be a good steward of the money.
Right.
We've got townships
Thank you, Kelly.
that are not, lack of better terms, they're not
I didn't know that they
Yeah.
might ask questions about that, so I brought that to you. I've got my
But,
editing.
they're gonna do that anyway, is the only thing. They are gonna do that anyway, because I know for a fact, because when we went through that, I drove some other townships' roads that they had put down, this is the road we're gonna do.
Right.
And they didn't do, they did some of it,
Right.
but they also, if you see a cart road when it's finished, you know they've done it.
Of course.
If they do it and they kind of do it to get it to make it look decent, and then we'll take the rest of that money and go over here and do what we want with it. So it's a catch-22. But I just hate, like I said, I hate taking things down to the lowest common denominator, just to make sure people do what they're supposed
Worst
to
thing
do.
is, that's where you're at.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you can't, it's kind of like making rules. Well, that rule's good for the others, not me.
Not me,
That's the problem.
exactly.
Well, they'll come back. It's kind of like this township on this roads. You go to doing it, if you do a driveway, you just done them all.
Right,
That's
right.
because you don't have a stopping place. That's the problem, and I don't know the answer to it.
yeah.
That,
But that was
but that's the reason.
what
for
I
it.
was talking
Yeah.
about.
And that's what he's talking about. He'd like to do something, but I'll agree 100%, just like Mike and them done a good job. But that's one of few
One, yeah.
that do it. There's probably two out of the bunch. The
What do we-
rest of them, they're gonna do what they want.
What do we gotta turn into the state to be reimbursed?
We get it
We get it
automatically.
automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Okay.
And then we divvy it out.
divvy it out.
That's how it works.
Okay.
Or y'all, thanks decides. And then we keep so much back, just like everything else.
Well, I had somebody I talked to last night that was saying, you know, I hate to see not being able to utilize this if we didn't have the motor grader, because like you said, it states maintenance as well. Like he said, even if we're putting rock on the road, it's getting rock, you know, it's getting something. If they don't have a motor grader to shape everything up, if we can at least put the rock on there, I don't know if that's something.
Just ain't gonna last for, I mean, I know we've got,
Oh,
it ain't gonna last very long. If you just throw gravel over the
Yeah,
top
that's
of a
not gonna
bunch of
last.
potted holes.
Oh, I
They'll
agree.
be out there in a week.
Yeah.
Oh, I know,
And
but
then that's kind of a waste of
You've gotta
money.
take the holes out.
If,
and bring it
if
back.
they can't, if they don't have a road grader, and they're not gonna grade the roads, then I almost think that they should pay the county to grade the roads and let them put the rock down. Because they need to build them and build them right, if they're gonna do it. If you're gonna take that money and use it, then do it right. Don't
Yeah.
half-ass it. I mean,
Because they shouldn't drag out, if you put all that in the middle of the road, that's silt. And silt and with gravel, you just made mud, and it's gonna be gone in a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Because you can't build up a road with silt.
Mm-mm.
Don't work.
So you've got, and then you got the other side of it too, is you've got, because we've got it in there that you pull the ditches. We've got ditches out here on roads, you don't wanna go off the edge of the road, because you're play hell getting your car out of. I mean, it's kinda like, you know what, guys? I mean, this is your job, how about doing it? Just a novel idea, you know, do it and do it right.
If you can make them do that, that'd be great. That's the problem.
No, I know. But I mean, we can leave it as it is. I honestly, I don't care one way or the other at this point.
Well,
It's not what I actually wanted, but.
you wanna
I
go a
also
year and
see-
then maybe give you a little bit of, get some stuff under your belt that you know which one, see if you can make something. That's a big thing. That'd be my thoughts. Cause I've seen it every year. And every year they say, well, if you don't have that turned in by a certain time,
Yeah.
then you're gonna lose it. And then the last day of the year, we're scrambling they gotta get their car rotten down to get a check out to them. And that's an ongoing deal, even though you put the date down, they don't wanna follow through with the date.
Yeah, I told you, I had somebody contact me that they were
Yeah,
wanting that
that's right.
contract was they wanted to get
And
started
I can
on it.
see some other places that, if they say they got a long road that they're wanting to do, to go ahead and let them use all of it, just put it down there and be done. You know,
that was another.
That's another issue, and that, to me, that's something that you ought to be able to work out. That should have been handled and everybody, that been handled.
Because I've been approached with that as well. Spend half, make the,
Yeah,
instead of hitting a 2.5,
yeah,
you know, narrow it down,
yeah.
make the mile or whatever great, and then the next year, fix the next part so forth and so forth. I mean, I commend them, they're trying to do what they can for
Yeah,
the, with
with what
the,
they got.
with what they got.
And some townships are like that, and some aren't. That's the thing is.
I would, yeah, damn, that sucks.
Is the mileage the same on all of them? I can't remember.
Huh?
No, they all have different miles.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
so all the townships have
It's
different miles that they.
Yeah.
This-
How much mileage you got.
It's how many miles of road you got in your township is how
Right.
big the cart rock.
This is from last year, and it has the distribution
Yeah,
for, and like, I didn't make copies of this because I didn't know if y'all
I
had
got
seen
one
it or not.
of those too.
But yeah, it shows you the mile allotment for each. It's not all just across the board, so.
Used to be. It used to be.
yeah, it used to be,
The same across the board. And then Bogart, who has the most roads in the
they
county,
had less than it.
complains, and with reason.
Yeah, that was actually brought up, and then,
Yeah, we've changed that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was also brought up that to hit the 2.6, it ended up
Yeah.
costing them 13 grand.
Yep,
And I'd much rather them shorten up their distance, keep within their money, that way it doesn't put them in a hole as well. So I didn't know if we
Yeah.
needed to add something in there to kind of
No,
adjust.
Yeah, yeah.
Could you put another bullet point down at the bottom, something about, special circumstances brought to the commission could be approved, or something, just something kind of generic to where that they could approach you guys, but that would have to happen. You're not just gonna
Right.
assume that the commissioners are gonna approve this special.
Right.
We put it in here, they have to set an appointment with you guys. Look, this is what I'd like to do with this money, and then whether or not you guys can approve it.
you have to have agreement somewhere.
Right, well, the agreement would still stand, I mean, the
Yeah.
rest of the agreement, unless, but you just gotta put a little caveat in there.
That happened last year too, because they, I know Clinton Township gave their allotment to Bear Creek
That's
Township.
right.
Yeah.
Right,
And then there was something else that they didn't do a cart road, they did something, but they had the permission and all that.
Yeah, they wouldn't give it to them.
I can't remember who it was.
But Clinton Township's a little different in certain things because it's right here in town.
sure.
And it covers close.
See, I got
to town.
townships that would like to utilize this, but they're afraid they're not gonna be able to, because if it goes over, they can't afford it. And to hit everything there, they don't have a motor grader. So that's why I'm asking. Or, yeah, they don't have a motor grader, that's what it was. So I didn't know if that's something we,
You know, maybe in the future, suggestion, that if you do buy a motor grader, change the cart contract to say, you pick the road and pay the rock and we'll maintain it.
There
We
you go.
will-
I think
we'll
that's a
run the
good
grader.
idea.
That way we can fix it. I'd rather try to do it. If we're ever gonna leave townships alone, I'm saying, as far as I'm concerned, that's gonna be a hard case to pass. All right, then approach it, Rick and I was talking about that before. Approach it a different way, go ahead, it's kinda like mowing the roads. We try to start mowing, pretty soon we just take it over. And then you go ahead and just like this other deal, if we get a motor grader, just, cause it'll automatically come back, cause if we're doing a good job, the roads will be a lot better. And then people, well, maybe we need to have them do it, some of it, so, or maybe. I don't know.
in the same breath, people aren't ready to give up that kind of power.
That's it. Townships are,
Yeah.
that's just the way they are.
Do you think we ought to start talking to some of these townships that have got a road grader and see if they'd be willing to?
Oh, I don't think it hurt.
Because in all honesty, the quicker we have one, a lot of these issues are gonna go away.
Now, a lot of them, because, see, the big thing, and if it's a road and it's in bad shape, y'all can go out and do it if you have to.
Yeah.
And then, because it's a safety issue,
Right.
then you can get paid. That's what I
Knocking
would
mirrors
say.
off of buses, I'd say it's,
Huh?
I said it's knocking mirrors off of buses, that's,
Yep. So
I
anyway,
like Kelly's idea, of maybe putting a caveat in there. You guys game for that on this go around, or?
I am.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
okay,
You gotta have a set of rules, but there are exceptions.
Yes.
Right.
And then that gives them a little more freedom to use the money
And we
where
don't-
it's needed instead of because we have to.
Right.
see, when are we having the meeting?
April.
April
17th.
17th?
Okay.
17th.
Yeah, I know, I want this like out last week. So
Okay,
that's
Kelly.
my next question, is, because I usually send these out in February. When are we going to require them to have their contract back? I'm telling you, some of them are gonna sign them that night and turn
That's
them in,
what I was
because
gonna
they're
say.
waiting.
They're waiting
They're
on
waiting,
them.
they're used to having this. The
Well,
ones who use the,
See, not knowing
Program,
the protocol
like it's
for
supposed
everything,
to.
yeah.
are usually on it. And then some
I
people
say
we
by
have to
April
do.
17th.
So if I get this in the mail by the end of this week, so I will retype this all up, have you guys approve it Thursday.
Okay.
We'll drop it in the mail Thursday,
mhm,
and then have it due by the.
by the meeting,
Yeah, I think that gives them plenty of time.
they can bring it to the meeting if they want
And
to.
are we also going to leave the number 10 in there, all projects not completed by November 30th of 2025? Lose cart funds for 2025 and this contract becomes null and void. If you are going to leave that in there, you need to stick by that.
Because last year they was approving cart projects in December.
Yeah. And a
And
couple
I've
of them
said
was
this for,
last week.
5
Maybe
years,
that
as
needs
has
to
Rick.
be, when we have that meeting,
Yep.
we'll bring that up. I mean, say, hey, look, guys, if you don't do this, you need to be aware. That's why we're telling you.
And you're gonna stand by it.
Yeah,
Main thing is stand by.
Cause they'll call you on December 15th and say.
Or
"Look,
Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's happened.
That's it.
And
You
want
don't
a
think I'm
check
kidding.
by
know, I
December
believe that.
31st, and, or call you on December 30th because they know they can't get their check after December 31st, and you guys are having to go. You've gotta stand by, I mean,
Yeah,
you've
We,
got
we need
to.
to pay out this year because it's budgeted this
Yep.
year.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if it's not paid out,
Nothing
they
for
just,
this
Sounds
year,
like that
we'll
needs
pay
to-
out next
it's
year.
gone.
well, yeah, if,
And I
We just
I
gotta
had
stand on
one,
it.
and they thought, well, once I got in, I said, no, you can't, it's done.
Right.
You can't go back.
well, that, from April to November seems like that's more than enough time to fix a couple miles of road.
Okay, we'll leave it on
Okay.
there.
All
I'm
right.
cool with it.
Can I interject just a little comment? One of the things that I've noticed in Walker Township, when they do a cart fund road, they pour gravel on about this thick, and it immediately gets washboard. I talked to Stanley, and he was like, man, I really wish we could put half this gravel down, wait 45 days or 60
the other
days,
half
and
down.
put the other half down. Now, I understand if you're signing this contract in April and you're working on it in the summertime, you have till November to put the additional rock on. But if weather is not permitting, a lot of times they put rock on way too thick. And it just,
Jeff, do you know how many miles you guys actually did? Because
I don't,
Yeah,
so
you
I'm just
do.
wondering if
Kelly's
that's
got
the
it.
case, then that would
How
be an
many?
ideal place for what Kelly brought up, because it sounds like you really don't need that much rock, so would we be
2.4
able to take,
They get 2.4
miles.
miles.
They
and what
get,
is it 50 or 40 now that they put down of gravel?
What's the tonnage?
400 tons
400
per mile.
Yeah,
400 per mile.
400 tons per mile,
yeah.
that's a lot of rock.
Used to-
Yeah.
it used to
Yeah.
be 500.
I was gonna say, we
Yeah.
actually knocked it down already.
Yeah, see, that's what, but that's
Which
why I
it
was
needs the
wondering.
rock, but you're right, it needs
Yes.
it in stages. And I'm gonna
Yes,
tell
and-
my people that they're more welcome to put it in stages.
And
as long as I
in
don't
Walker
have to buy it.
Township, we have very nice roads. We have very wide roads. It is doable with a dual truck. You can, one truck and one truck, so side by side down the roads. You
Right.
don't have to just pile it all in the center of the roads, but our dump truck drivers have a problem with driving side by side, I guess. I don't know.
So is it getting dumped and not getting spread?
Spread,
It is literally one truck right down the middle, yay deep, 400 ton per mile.
And how long before it gets spread?
they're probably
Yes.
However
not.
many
As long as
cars
they're
drive
not.
over.
Depends on the traffic.
Depends on the time
Now-
of year.
A lot of times they'll come by in 15, 20 day, 30 days or whatever and shape it a little bit, but then you always end up with a 3-foot ridge of rock on one side of our road. Most of our roads are decent, some of them are a few little narrow, but combines are now almost 20 feet wide.
Right.
Yeah, some of them are.
Yes, mine's 17 and a half, outside to outside, I can tell you exactly.
That's why bridges was one go wider.
Yes, please. 20-foot bridges are narrow.
That's right. Anything else on there?
I gave you all the maps of the spots that we're testing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are not retesting any of the original spots
Okay.
due to lawyer issues.
Kelly, are you not a fan of the November 30th deadline?
No, I don't care. We gotta stand by it.
That's fine, it just
If
made
we
it sound.
If we give them a deadline,
Stick with
that's
it.
a deadline. That's
No.
not a suggestion.
That is
Because,
it.
well, we're already in the budget process in December, by December,
Yep.
and we're still cutting cart contracts, checks
Right.
that were supposed to be not cut after November 30th. So you just gotta stand by it. I mean, we all have deadlines to follow. There's not exceptions out there for townships, sorry.
Nope, that sounds fair to me.
And I mean, they have plenty of time by the time the contract is signed and November 30th to do something. Usually the weather's crummy anyways then, so.
Would there be any townships that might need to take it, and talk to their other people, and then bring it, the contract back, say on
Yeah.
Monday?
There will be some that'll just take it to their board for
Mhm.
meeting.
Yeah.
They
Then we better
want-
put the contract needs to be due by like the following Monday or Tuesday, wouldn't you think?
So what, I'm not gonna give these contracts out at the meeting. I am going to
mail.
mail
Mail
them
them.
this week because I'm already behind.
Okay.
So I'm going to mail them this week so they can hopefully have time before, with the new changeover and everything happening after the April election, that still gives them plenty of time. Most of them will turn it in by the meeting.
Okay. Sounds
Or
good.
mail it to us.
Kelly, one, I do know Walker Township's road board, they won't have a road board meeting now until April, which lands the day after the election, but the election is not gonna be certified until that Friday. So it'll be May before the new road board in Walker Township.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
Yeah. And if we mail it now, they're gonna have almost 45 days
That,
to decide what they wanna do.
they'll have to call an election, I mean, a meeting.
special
They'll have to
meeting.
call a special
Do
meeting.
they not meet once
They
a
don't
month?
meet once a what, quarter?
They do.
Once a month, but they've already had their March meeting.
Oh,
So now they won't, their next meeting isn't scheduled until April, which would be the Wednesday after the Tuesday
yeah,
Election.
election.
But
Okay.
our election certification isn't until
Yeah,
Friday.
that's right.
state
That
law.
can change
Yes,
everything.
So their whole board could change over by the time.
Right.
it's going to because the two people that were on the board are not even running again, so.
Yeah.
Sure,
There
yeah.
will, Stanley and Paul Ross are not running again, so there will be new board members in Walker Township, so that may pose just a slight hangup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Or, your board members, once they receive it, who are on there right now, will look
Could do
at it, sign it, send it to us before the election even happens.
Very possible,
and it
yes.
will- so,
Yeah.
Guess we just have to wait and see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean,
That's fine.
that's liable to happen in several townships that have elections. So.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna get them out this week.
Perfect. That everything?
That's all I
Yep.
can think of.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
You're making a motion
Yeah.
to adjourn?
Yep.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Good deal.
All
Gotta
caught
be
up.
here.
That's a tough one. The greater deal is the best idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
All right.
to start talking to some of them, find out if they're willing. to
See you guys in a couple days.
All right.
See you, Rick.
Bye, Rick.
Yeah,
Because the sooner we can get it.
You'll start getting